Welcome, welcome. Another episode of Conversations with Chike Evans. Today I'm talking to Mr. Troy Legette. He's an actor, he's an entrepreneur, he's a tonisorial artist as well. You're going to hear about his journey and him following his passions and his dreams. I'm apologizing publicly to Sassy for the technical difficulties we've been having. You've been so faithful and keep popping back in. He just said that he was logging on. I know it's because he's on that laptop. Ah, there he goes.
Back in,
There,
back in.
can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you fine. Can you see me?
Okay, yes.
All right, cool. Awesome, awesome.
Well, welcome to my forum, sir.
Yes, yes.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Legette.
Legette. Okay, I was
Yeah,
saying it right. So, shout out to Lisa for contacting me and connecting us so we can have this talk. We have never met, and in my forum, I like to hear people's stories and what led them to pursue and find their passion in life, because I think that's where true happiness lives, honestly.
correct.
And so she said you had a wonderful story. I know you're an artist. I have a thing for artists, especially ones that are out here doing multiple things to make things happen. That I'm very interested in that because I too am one of those people. So tell me
Right.
about yourself.
Oh man, I'm first thing I'm gonna say is I'm a blessed, simple young human being um, with a few arts potential, and grew up in New Jersey, grew up in Florida, Tampa, graduated from Tampa, met a lot of wonderful people, got involved into the arts, both locations. And I ended up, come from a great family, brothers, sisters, uh, wonderful parents, and just got involved with the arts at a young age. I grew a passion, music, movies, those type of things, and I ran with
So I asked a number of artists this question. Do you remember your first artistic inspiration?
it. uh, it always starts in school. I mean, from sports to teacher making you do projects. But for the music side, I had a teacher. I remember his name, named Mr. Fambro, and that was my first introduction to uh, an attempt at learning the keyboard, learning how to piano operate, and then from there, uh, I grew a love for music, listening to watching videos at home, of course, and then same thing with movies, doing that. And then with words and writing, I say spelling was one of my favorite classes in school. So that's how I got attached to the love of words and learning how to use them.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you did the whole play thing, you did the play in the band, and you did all that?
Yeah, well, the plays came later. Band, no band, but I took classes. So, for example, first introduction of an instrument was a keyboard, which I didn't master. Second was the trumpet, which I didn't master, and then I ended with the flute, which I didn't master. and then I just moved on to trying to learn how to write rhymes, I guess, at that time. But that
Yeah.
was my first introduction to musical instruments.
Okay. And so, at what point did the acting thing get you?
Oh wow! So this is crazy. So growing up in elementary, I was a guy sometimes the class will laugh, that type of guy. Not a class clown, but
Yeah.
just the way you are. Sometimes people find things humorous. And I would say it's kind of started there, watching movies, and then in about between 2015 2017 is when I took a serious approach. I was at a book signing actually, and I met a young lady who her name was Ro Martinez, and when I met her, she was doing classes as far as modeling and had her own photographer, and she came up to my table and we kind of talked and discussed, and she said she liked my presentation, and she said I had a look and I should try modeling. And I was like, no way, that's not even, in my mind, I'm thinking modeling, come on now. So from there, she invited me out to some classes and things start spinning in that direction from that. And I got in a couple classes, working on that craft, learning how they operate. Got to test the waters and I loved it. And I was like, wow, I didn't know I was like, wow, I got a little bit of potential that I can work and probably create a big wave or a big flame. And that's how I got started.
So from that point, like at that point, you could do your headshots, the whole shebang, and start going on auditions and stuff. Do you like the auditioning process?
The auditioning process, I do. The reason why I like the auditioning process because it's a personal satisfaction of applying action and getting a
Mm,
result.
mm,
So you apply that action and you get that result. It helps fulfill and build that confidence, and it also lets you know that you deserve to be here, man. Somebody think that you deserve to be here, and they want to give you a shot, and they chose you. So that lets you know that it's a good thing. It's a good feeling. You may have something there.
that's a good way of looking at it. Because I always like to repurpose thoughts because I'm not fond of auditioning at all. So to hear that point of view, it's something for me to repurpose for myself.
Yes, yes.
Tell me about a time that you may have felt you bombed an audition.
So learning, you'll hear this from the best of the best, I guess, but learning, I'm not a guy that every audition I went on or every audition I performed for or submitted, I got. So
Hmm.
it's like a process of going through the numbers.
Hmm.
So to this day, I'm still going through numbers, but every now and then you'll hit that shot. Somebody will say, "Hey, I like what I saw." So um, keeping your juices flowing, staying actively involved in the craft helps you to be properly prepared to
Hmm.
present your audition, which will raise the percentages of you being chosen out of many, if it's many.
Mm. Has nerves ever gotten the best of you in that type of situation?
Nerves, you talking about nerves, right?
Yeah.
All the time. All so I came across some information before. I think Kobe Bryant said it. You practice so much to where everything is natural. So when the big day comes, it's like practice. So that's going applying yourself in the art of the craft and continuously doing, and that's where I'm at right now. The continuously doing part to where it becomes a habit. So when they say audition, I go in and everything's natural. No, the nerves, no cold feet, nothing. Everything you just keep going. No butterflies.
Nice, nice. Who inspires you? Who are some of the people that you look up to?
It's many, but I really, I'm a guy who grew up on the Cosby Show. I'm a guy that grew up on Facts of Life, What's Happening, Different Strokes, those type of shows. Eddie Murphy, I enjoy Eddie Murphy. I loved a lot of early Eddie Murphy shows when I was younger. Um, Sidney Poitier, I enjoyed him. I think he was a lot older than I was younger, so I got him a little as I got older, learned more about him as I got older. And then it's so many others. I mean, one of my favorites today is like Denzel. He put in a lot of work. Um, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. Uh, it's so many. It's so many. I mean, I like Felicia Rashad. I thought she was cool from the Cosby Show. that mom you never, everybody wish they had type thing. Um, so it's so many men and women out there that I admire, that I like. To go through the list is just like music. When you talk about artists, it's like it's so many I
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Yeah. In your acting career, right?
Yes.
Do you ever get to a place, maybe you've had this experience of imposter syndrome? It happens to people sometimes when they're living in their dream or their purpose, and it's like a self-realization about where you are, and it's like not believing where you are because of where you are. You ever have one of those moments?
Not yet. Not
No?
yet. Not yet. It may come, but not yet. And I guess
So,
that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I
I
guess
thought you
that
were
may the type of project you're on. I never had the exposure experience of being on the same set of somebody that I always looked up to and say, "Oh, I'm finally here," because this is a person that kind of inspired me. So I don't know what that feeling is like, but I know that so far everything has been. You do have the butterflies circulating in the beginning. Then when you start going through the motions, you get warmed up and everything starts, to mellow out and blend in. As long as you know what you need to know.
yeah. So you're also a tonisorial artist, which is a
Uh,
barber. How,
yeah.
what came first, the acting or being a barber?
So, from the professional side of things, barber came first because
Okay,
I got my barber license 2008, and
okay,
I released, and then I started pursuing acting seriously like 2017.
okay. All right. So talk to me about how you got your business started, because that's in itself is a feat. That's amazing.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, that. So I'm gonna tell the story. As a young kid, when I was younger, I went to, parents send you off to summer camps. So in Jersey, we had a summer camp called Smile. In Smile, you had four sectors, and one of the sectors that I was in was business and entrepreneurship. So from a youngster to today, it's like, wow, that investment paid off. Becoming a barber and opening a business was I didn't look at barbering being a business that I was going to open. Um, Barbering, when I got my license, I worked for plenty of shops around town in Florida, Tampa, Florida area. And in the end of 2020, I opened up, a one-chair barbershop in a 30 business suite building. So, but all the businesses pertain to health and beauty. And the story behind that is I've been working so many jobs. And a brother that I was helping who owned this shop had bumped into me several times and was asking me, do I have a license? Because he had learned about this new building that had little small, giving people business opportunities. And I
Mhm.
told him, brushing him off every time I saw him, like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm working 6 days a week, 9 a.m., 9 p.m. I'm good. And then it just was a weird thing. I kept seeing him over and over again. Starbucks, Burger King, Wendy's. I'm like, what's going on? And the same thing. Hey man, you need to go talk to the people. So one day I took an off day and I was coming out of Starbucks and he caught me again. This time he was walking and I said, it got to be. I said, where are they at? Tell me where to go. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna talk to them. If the numbers make sense, if it makes sense, I'm gonna look into it. I sat down with the property management, talked to them. They gave me the smallest little suite that they have to get started because I explained my situation. This will be a first jump for me. It'll be a business for me.
Right.
And it matches the circumstances at the time. We had COVID going on. My pops was ill. I needed to be closer to home. And this building was right around the corner from where I was living. So I said, hey, let me go for it. Went for it. Numbers made sense. In end of 2020, they gave me about a month or two where I can get everything to market and promote to get it set off. And my first day, I was busy when I opened up.
Wow.
Yep,
If you're a man of faith, I would say that you could see how God aligned everything up so perfectly for you.
that
That's
is a
amazing.
that is a quote that I say to myself. I say, to myself, I always say, God is a person that never let me down. I may not get the things I ask for or when I want them, But when I look around and I see where I'm at compared to the worst, I'm nowhere near the worst. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful and grateful for that.
Amen. 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 So how do you juggle both? So you're cutting hair. When do you go on auditions or look for acting work?
Okay, so how it works now. So going into barbering was a clever idea and a strategy move also because I had invested time and been planting seeds in the acting world. So opening up the barbering allowed me to not have to do Uber, and it allows me to be able to take off when I need or want to.
Mm,
So when opportunities come around, I'm able to block off time slots and communicate with my clients to be able to go audition or take a couple of days off and go to the actual shoot if I'm chosen for a role or an opportunity. And
very nice.
in saying that, I think it was a great business because you don't have to be committed to one place in time like an 8 to 5 schedule. Flexibility, I guess, is the best word.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. It's brilliant, actually. Are
Thank you.
you a part of any acting schools that you want to shout out? Any teachers?
Yes, so definitely. So the one of my best and most exciting learning experiences was working with Miss Kathy Laughlin,
Mhm.
Laughlin, and following that, I've been working with a Shakespeare coach by the name of Laris, and also working with Coach Stu Large out of LA, originally from New York. So he's been in some major projects and got some people too. So I've just been working with all three for different reasons. I was introduced to, invited to the class with Miss Kathy, and then I was found by or connected with Laris, and then an actor who I've done a play with recommended that I connect with Coach Stu Large. And by me doing those things, I get to work on in different areas to kind of like become seasoned. Some people feel it may not be necessary because acting. Some people just have a talent and gift. I'm
Right.
one that believe I don't know everything, and there's always room for improvement, and there's no one way to do anything. So someone with experience I can learn something from, and that's the class with Kathy helped me become serious about acting because I got to see so many other great people that I felt were a lot better than me, a lot more seasoned than me, and that was inspiration. So
Hmm.
I was like, wow, you know what I mean? And when she complimented me a couple of times, saying that I'm pretty decent and I got potential, then I had to look at it with some seriousness. I can get better. I can meet the criteria. I can fill in the gaps, and that's how it went for me.
Awesome.
With yes,
Awesome. So I'll ask you, I'm assuming, and I shouldn't do that, but do you
okay.
feel like you're walking in your purpose in acting?
Yes. So let me share another thing with you before I go. So, um, two things that was my passions growing up was basketball and music
Mm,
and owning a business.
mhm.
So, music, hip hop, writing rhymes, those type of things, which led me to poetry, is one of the things that I had ahead of acting. It was so funny. The other day. I went to Starbucks to get me some hot tea, and I bumped into a lady who think highly of me that worked there and always follow me in the
This is
craft.
this is about 3 or 4 times you done mentioned Starbucks. They need to send you a check.
Ah, look at that. I like that. I got a poem in my book that talks about chai latte, uh chai tea, and Starbucks was one of my writing spots that I go to, so that's why I mention it a lot. But yeah, you're right. They should write a check on this show for this advertisement, free advertisement. Yes. But but she mentioned when she seen some of my acting work, she said, I thought that these other things were something that you do, but you really got it in the acting. I like it in the acting.
Mm,
You know, my mind, I'm still thinking I need to grow, but other people are the best word of mouth. They tell the
right.
truth. So I let it be, and I use that as inspiration. So that was how my acting forefront came. You know, me putting that my passion going in there, me looking into taking it serious.
Hmm.
Um, Not as easy as it looked. I used to think it was easy. It's not easy. It's hard work. You know, and you need to be, you need to be sharp because it's not playtime when them cameras go on.
Yeah, yeah. And people don't realize that if you're doing it right, it can exhaust you. It can be taxing if you're doing it right, and you're emoting something other than yourself.
Correct. Correct.
It takes effort.
Yes, it does. It takes effort, continuous practice. It becomes easy to you.
Yeah,
Uh, and then you get challenged with the bigger projects, of course. But
yeah,
it is what it is. It works. You know, it's a job like anything else. But
yeah.
you having
True that. So I have created a manifestation portal with this show of mine, and I'm
yes,
going to ask you, what is your manifestation? Speak it out into the universe.
my manifestation for one is to definitely grow into the greatest heights that I can,
Mhm.
um, organically and positively, and be able to create a brand that people appreciate and respect. Um, First and foremost, having everything aligned with God and everything all the time, is with me one on one. Um, I gotta say, when I'm actively working, I've worked enough to where I don't have to work, but I love it so much I continue to work in doing it. That would be it for me.
That's good. I want all those things for you. Mr. Legette, it was a wonderful conversation with you.
Thank
Please
you.
tell everybody where they can follow you and keep up with you and track you in your career and support you and all that jazz.
You got it. You got it. So for all the listeners out there, my name is Troy Legette. You're able to follow me on Instagram, actor Troy Legette. Easy to find. Or if you want to follow me on my author page, it's Troy R. Legette. That's Troyr Legette, Legeette. And definitely stay tuned in to Mr. Cheeky
Wait,
Evans.
wait
He
a minute. Hold on, wait. You got something coming up, don't you? Don't you have something coming up?
talked to me.
I'm asking you.
So I got right now. I'm working on another book event. I just finished a book event at Barnes and Noble in Tampa, so I'm working on another book event, either in maybe locally or in a different state. But right now, we in talks with possibly St. Peter Clearwater for another or Brandon for another book signing event at Barnes and Noble, and then I'm going to be working towards some bookstore events as well. The name of the book is The Objective Scholar. And Mr. Cheeky, for having me on the show. If you ever want a signed copy, we'll talk, make it happen.
I like signed copies. You talking my
Yes,
language.
yes, yes. So that's pretty much what I have coming up right now. And then I've been on several auditions from the acting side, and I'm hoping to score something big real soon. I got my fingers crossed, and if it falls through, I definitely will give you an update on that. But a lot of these projects sometimes are confidential, so you can't expose it up hand.
And when you get your schedule, roll it out. I'll support. I'll filter it through. So just keep me in touch, keep me in the loop, and I definitely would like to have you back on sometime in the future to check in on you, see how you're
Oh man,
doing.
love that. I gotta ask you a question though. Where exactly are you located right now? I was trying to research that.
Me personally, I'm in New Jersey.
Okay.
I live in the Philadelphia area.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay, right, got it. So, I would love to be another guest on the show. Any way that I can help and support your show, you can always reach out, let me know.
thank
And
you
I'm
so
thank,
much.
and I'll let Lisa know you the man out here.
Thank you, and thank you, Lisa, for doing this for me. Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Be well.
All right. Peace.